Hello, my band of crew, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're asking the questions that nobody else is asking. How long do Gasmoxians live? If this is your first time coming to the channel, I talk Crash Bandicoot lore. I do a lot of theories, so like, example today, how long do Gasmoxians live? I like covering topics that not other channels talk about. So if you enjoy talking lore, theories, news, I also do interviews, tier lists, and I have a Crash Bandicoot podcast. So if any of that sounds interesting, maybe consider subscribing. If you're new to the channel, I'm of the belief that Crash Bandicoot 4 is a midquel, and it takes place in between Crash Bandicoot Warped and Crash Team Racing in the timeline. If that is true, that would also mean that Crash Team Rumble, since it's a sequel to Crash 4, also predates Crash Team Racing. So that's how this theory began. I was trying to figure out how Oxide could be in Crash Team Rumble and not conflict with the already established timeline of events that we have. And it really took me a while to come up with this one because I couldn't figure it out for a while. We'll just leave it at that. And we have Oxide here. I gave him a nice beard and some white hair to show how old he is. Calamity Canyon is where Oxide is featured. You get 30 relics, you put them in the Epic Relic Station, and Oxide appears. As you can see, he appeared right out of the Epic Relic Station. He flies around the arena using his beam to attack people. Once the team that he disposes of are all gone, he waits in the center of the arena for them to respawn, and then he attacks them again. So, I was trying to figure out where Oxide's actually coming from, because after he finishes up attacking the enemies, he'll fly away. He doesn't teleport away, so it's of my belief that Oxide, right now, is presently living in this time period. He's not being summoned from a different time or a different area. This is actually where he resides. So as you can see, he's still attacking the other team. His beam starts weakening, and then, instead of teleporting away, he flies away to space. And then it all hit me. Like, he's in the year 2084. Calamity Canyon takes place in Hazardous Waste. So we are not summoning Oxide from the year 1999 when Crash Team Racing is taking place. We're actually summoning a nitrous oxide who's flying around in space in the year 2084. When you collect the 30 relics and give them to Oxide, that's the payment. He gets summoned from wherever he was up in space, warps down to Earth in 2084, does his business, and then flies back out to space. It's not like the other Epic Relic Stations where they poof in and poof out. He actually flies away back to where he was previously. So Oxide is in the year 2084. So timeline-wise, it's all hunky-dory now. Oxide can appear in Crash Team Rumble all he wants. It doesn't conflict with the already established timeline that we have. Sure, he shows up in Crash Bandicoot 4, but he's a minor character who doesn't have any actual interaction with Crash, Cortex, or any of the other main characters in Crash Team Racing. He's only with Tropy and Female Tropy, who don't appear in the adventure mode of Crash Team Racing. So it doesn't conflict with the timeline. Sure, they see him on a monitor, but to Crash and company, he's just some generic alien. So then, it all snowballed after that. The timeline now makes sense. I didn't need to fabricate some random reason why Oxide appeared in Crash Team Rumble. He's appearing in the year 2084. But then that sparked a new theory. How is Oxide so youthful looking in 2084? So we've got these sketches, and it shows that juvenile Gasmoxians are fully aquatic when they're born. So they're like tadpoles. So, in a way, we've got the tadpoles and the frog. You can see I chose to go with frog because he has gills to help him breathe underwater, and he's got these sacs that process different gases to make it breathable air for Gasmoxians. Frogs breathe through their skin, not gills, but point stands. These are very amphibian-like aliens, so I tried to look up some other creatures that were similar, and pretty much all I got was amphibians. And the salamander, there's an underwater salamander called the Olm that lives to be 70 to over 100 years old. So that, to me, was the closest that I could come to a comparison for the fictional Gasmoxian species. So with Oxide looking so youthful in the year 2084, I figure it's safe to assume that Oxide that we see in the present day is probably in his adult age rank. So I wouldn't even put him as like a preteen. I'd say he's at least in his 20s or 30s. So if you jump to 2084 and he's 30 when we currently know him, that would put him over 100 years old in Crash Team Rumble, and he still looks very youthful. So the theory stands for me. The Gasmoxian species live to be very old. How old? I don't know. But I will say that they live to be over 100 years old. So that's the theory, guys. I think Gasmoxians can live to be over a century year old. And I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any other lore beats that I missed that goes with the Gasmoxians and the timeline, please hit me up in the comment section. Let me know if I made any errors. If you like this, let me know. If you disliked it, also let me know. If you have any other theories that you would like me to do, anything that you want me to bounce some ideas off of, just let me know in the comment section. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and you have a great night. Take care.